from the bottom of our hearts.
So high you can keep me away.
Parmeshwara, you are in us, around us, behind us, beside us. Your grace is spreading everywhere, and that gives peace to all at all time. You are the embodiment of love. You are the protector of this universe, and you are our Savior. தரிகிட திந்திந்தா தட்டித் தருகிட தட்டித் தருகிட தட்டித் தருகிட திந்திந்தா தித்தருகிட திந்திந்தா தீந்த தருகிட திந்திந்தா 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 திந்தா திந்தா திந்தா
Sai Mission.
Brothers and sisters, what an incredibly beautiful performance that was. I'm sure you would all agree with me that this offering allowed us to feel Swami's presence in every note, every beat, and every pause in this hall. Can we please hear it for our very talented SAC children and young adults once again for bringing up Sai melodies, the language of the heart. On to the next program on our agenda. As Swami himself declared, I have a task to foster all mankind and ensure for all of them lives full of bliss. His divine incarnation in this Kali Yuga is a manifestation of his boundless love and compassion for humanity. His mission is profound and unwavering. Today we have with us an eminent personality whom we simply cannot ever stop listening to. Someone very friendly, very interactive, committed, and someone so very inspiring. Yes, you guessed it right. We have with us Professor Suresh Govind, who will share his insightful thoughts about his vision for Swami's mission. Professor Dr. Suresh Govind, currently a member of the Prashanti Council, was the former head and current honorary senior professor at the Department of Parasitology, Faculty of Medicine, University of Malaya. He was also the former president of the Sathya International Organization, Malaysia. He has authored 7 books mainly on human values and the universal teachings of Bhagwan Baba. Professor Suresh Govind is currently the chair of the Sri Sathya Sai Scriptural Studies Committee and coordinator for community engagement under the Public Outreach Committee, as well as the coordinator for the Friendship Group of Interreligious Service in Malaysia, of members from all the major religious groups in Malaysia. We find great pleasure in inviting Professor Dr. Suresh Govind to address the gathering.
Bhagavan, by the infinite grace, love, and compassion of Bhagavan Baba, and only by the infinite grace, love, and compassion of Bhagavan Baba, respected elders, beloved brothers and sisters, we have experienced so much of seamless love, so much of homogeneity, so much of love in the last 3 days. It cannot but be because of the grace, beauty, love, and the benediction of Bhagavan Baba. It is so amazing to see how everything has flown, has gone by. How many of you here enjoyed the workshops that you attended? Can you raise your hands? Yeah. See, one hand you raise, you cannot clap. So, these workshops were done by very able facilitators who had many rounds of discussions and fine-tuned that presentation to give it to you precisely what you need. But it is not enough. They created appetite. Now when we go back after this conference, there's going to be post-conference workshops. Why? Because when all of us take time and trouble to organize the conference, and finish everything and go back and not do anything about this, we have reduced to event managers. We are just managing an event. But when we go back and ask what has happened as a result of this conference and follow through by implementing this, then we drive a mission. We are not event managers. We are drivers of mission. Sathya Sai Mission. That is why we must take care of the precious time that we have here so that these things and these ideals are instilled in our hearts so that when we go back, we become transmitters of His love. Respected Dr. Reddy, Reverend, Revered Chair, Vice Chancellor, we are so honored and humbled to be here in this august hall, in this beautiful place. Everybody said, this looks like exactly Baba Swami's place. Everybody was so pleased and happy and so touched. The topic that I'm given is Vision of Sai Mission. Next. So what is the purpose of Sathya Sai International Organization? Dr. Reddy emphasized that in the first part, just to reiterate it. Number one, to raise the level of consciousness to divine. Raise the level of consciousness to divine. What does it mean? Click. That means to say, next, animal. Swami said, animal will not be able to get to godliness. It is only human. Of our 84 lakh of species, only human beings can do this. So animal. Then we become man. And then from man, our job is to become divine. This is the progression. This is the evolution. But in animal, next, you find that senses are huge in animal. You find that they are motivated and pushed by instinct. When we come to man, you have senses, a little bit more control, a large part of mind, and little bit Atma. Now when we go to divine, you have a small mind, but our purpose is to increase our Atmic consciousness. Then what is the purpose of the Sai organization? Next you find, this is where Sathya Sai organization is supposed to accelerate the progression by involving in the activities, by involving in all the activities, we are supposed to now increase our divine level of consciousness. What is the purpose of that higher level of consciousness? You find that higher the consciousness, firstly, the more you can see. That is the thing. More you can see, the more you will be able to visualize, the more you are good in making decisions. If you are good in making decisions, you will harvest the best experiences. When you harvest the experiences, you will learn from what the experiences are. Then you will be able to convert and transform this mind and reduce it to a small level, and then we will become finally God. That is the purpose. The whole purpose is to become God. So what is the secret of that? How do we do this? That is whatever programs. Don't forget, we are not here to transform the world. By programs, we have done many programs in the radio show, TV show you saw. We did all these programs. But we are very clear. Our purpose here is not to transform the world, but transform ourselves. You and I have got only very little time. Very little time. 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, and then we say, this is passing cloud, passing cloud. You and I are also passing clouds. You're going to pass by. One day in a conference, 2,000 people was there. I walked in with a pot with me, a pot. And I told everybody, this pot is now outside me. One day, when I stop breathing, they will put me into the pot. I am portable. 6 feet 2 inch frame will be put into the pot. And I will get a free ride. Everybody will come to my house and chant the mantra and they'll pack me up. I'm a Hindu, they'll burn me up. And after that, they will distribute it into the sea. They don't want you to come back. So they'll distribute it in case you come back. So the point of the story is that transience of life. To remind you of this transience of life, we have the vibhuti, we put it here in the forehead. Why? To remind you, hey, remember, everything you can have, but everything is passing. Everything is passing. So higher that consciousness, the more we will find the purpose becoming apparent. That is what this conference should remind you of, or remind us of. Hey, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to live my life after this? So you will find that, now I ask you, you go into the theater, you watch a movie, and this movie has got very good screenplay. Screenplay is fantastic. Next, you find very good direction, good actors, you have good musical score. My God, you got good location shooting. Oh, good costumes, you have good costumes. Click, you find good sound, you have good editing. Everything is good. Then why this movie can be a flop? Why can this movie flop? Everything is so good. Then why will this movie flop? Arvind? No electricity, bad story. Correct. See, I asked you this because you're a story man. You look, so I asked you. Because if you don't have a story, you have all these things, it's a flop. The movie flops. Story is the cake, all that is the icing. You can have good house, you can have good property, you can have everything. But if you don't have a story, there's nothing great. You will live, meet, mate, breed, brood, and die like mosquitoes. What story is that? So the best story to have, if we can be part of his story. Part of his story. This history, when we become part of his story, we become history. That historical inspiration is how we can help these generations that come. By the way we live, by the way we experience, we find that whole vibration resonating with us, then that is how to live. then we must know what is his story. What is your story that I can be part of your story? What is it, Swami? So therefore, this is what. So now this is the cycle of life. Look at this now. The boy is coming with a tricycle, and the elderly man is also coming the other side. Dear friends, so it's like, today they reminded me of that. I was very shocked. I was sitting at the back, never expecting that. Suddenly they announced long-term award, and I was, who is Suresh going? I was, wait, what? I came back and asked, what has happened to you? Why did you do this? What is it? Oh, anyway, you're already 40 years. I don't want to be reminded of that, because people up there, all of you young people, you are young adults. Here, we are younger adults. Younger. Do not let, this is one rule I will tell you, disobey this organization. Never allow this organization to tell you are not a youth. Even until 80, 85 years, tell you are youthful. Youth is not the chronological age. What is the vision you have, how you spend your entire life fulfilling that vision, you are eternally a youth. Like Bhagavan Baba, right at the end. Become like that. Don't some elders tell me, oh brother, we have done our part now, let them do. What kind of language is that? Some seniors, elders, you step down from your post, you are not even to be seen somewhere. You are disappeared. Why? we have done our part. Then also, okay, when Bhagavan comes and asks for moksha, then you outsource your moksha to other people. You don't come for that. That's exactly what happened when husband and wife was there. Narayana came down. When Narayana came down, he said, I can only give one moksha, one liberation to one individual. I will take only one person to heaven. The husband said, darling, you better go. Wow, you have sacrificed. Nothing to worry. If you go to heaven, this house will become heaven. But so cycle of life, we go back, come back like that. So now, living with a vision. What do you mean by living with a vision? I think Arvind Balasubramanian is a good example of living with a vision. You ask him what is his vision? My vision is to be a storyteller. I want to be Bhagavan's storyteller. So he lives his vision. Everywhere he goes, he finds a story. And when he narrates a story, all the masala is in that story, you are captive. He's got the art of doing it. And he picks up, and every time, even a bus trip will be a story. Why? Because he's living with a vision. Every morning when you get up, you have to live with that vision. Every morning, where you are going to work? Then what do you do? I'll come back after that. And then what will you do? Next day I will again go. Well, every day a shuttle. Might as well you be born as a shuttlecock. At least you can serve 2 badminton players. See, then on Thursday you jump into the center, one center, Samasta lo, Sukino, put the vibhuti, do your dramatics and gymnastics and upside down, inside out, and you return back and you ask Baba to what? Maintain this trip, this routine trip. You maintain. See, he becomes your property maintenance manager. Maintain your house, maintain your family, maintain your car, maintain your... Baba, please, Baba, maintain all this, Baba. And then he'll ask me, what will you do for me? Am I not singing for you one song in the bhajan? Think. We have to think. This is a subject matter where you have to think and think well. So living with a vision means everything ritual, you must be able to convert into spiritual. What is spiritual? You add these 3 letters in front of ritual, which is SPI. What is SPI? Swami's purpose and intention. Put this into every ritual, all will become spiritual. Therefore, this morning, the Gayatri Mantra, then our respected brother went and then distributed water sprinkling. So you don't know even. So you think this is a Hindu ritual, it has to be done like that. And everything. So nobody asks also why it is done, because it's rude to ask. And even if somebody asks, nobody is there to explain it to you as well. So better live in ignorance. So he did this work. Why? Because you are sitting in the beach. The sun's God is there. Your hair is there. All the Panchaputas are there. But ideally, if allowed, you should go into the water and touch. But we cannot, because everything will get wet. So, in order to respect the sea, in order to respect, oh Lord, all these Panchaputas must be with me, because after this I'm going to live your vision. So, we also get the blessings of the sea. And then when you sprinkle like that, every part of your body is a blessing. The blessing, it is this blessing that a blessed individual goes back to make everything spiritual. You watched that play yesterday. Right? I also watched it. It's very difficult. You know this Sri Lanka, you think it is easy to give it to one Sai center and ask them to do the play. They didn't do that. They gave one portion of Sabri to one center in the north, one more in the middle, one more, and they traveled 4, 5, 6 hours to rehearse 3 different parts and synthesize everything. It was very difficult play to manifest that excellence. So I was sitting there watching that. As in, I'm also a dramatist, I like to write play. I was wondering to know how I could improve this play. I was thinking, perfection can never be improved. Such a perfect, beautiful play. It was so beautiful and so wonderful. You think it is easy to bend down like that and look like that and pluck? It is not easy, and she maintained that body posture. So when she went off and the whole play finished, it made me real thinking, what made you? What is it that made you stick there? Hey, your guru passed away. Sabri, Amma, your guru passed away. Why don't you be like some devotees? Go for guru shopping. Find other gurus. Why should you listen to this guru? She's gone. Find other gurus. Change the organization. Jump to other places. Did you do that? No, you stayed where you stayed. That is what that play reminds you of. Amma, why did you stay? And you don't even know Sri Rama. When you saw Sri Rama, you asked him, who are you? And he explained, I'm Sri Rama. He didn't even know. So why did you do that? You stayed there because your master said, stay here and serve when the master comes. Implicit obedience. Prashanti Nilayam, monsoon showers in Prashanti Nilayam. Part 1, Baba says that. Implicit obedience is the only way you can get the fullness of bliss. Implicit obedience must be there. So the teacher said, wait, she waited, not waited. Teenager went there, years and years and years. She didn't run after Sri Rama. Sri Rama came here. Devotees should not run after Guru. Implicitly obey and stay where you are. The teacher himself has to come. Because that is what devotion is. You don't believe this truth? Same thing happened to Urmila also. He was going, I used to think this is Rama gone, Sita gone. 14 years, they could have had a good honeymoon life and came back. Did they allow? Never. Lakshmana had to follow. I tell you why, what a brother. Anyway, he followed. When he followed, Urmila came. See, if I come, look at this dialogue. If I come, your attention will be on me. If your attention on me, how can you give 100% of your time to Sri Rama? How can you give that time? Therefore, I stayed back. When I stayed back and you go and serve him, 14 years of sacrifice. 14 years of sacrifice in the night in the bedroom. He comes inside and goes around him. This is a moving story. God going around a devotee. Going around a devotee. Why? Because self-sacrifice can lead you to self-realization. Baba said this. Baba said this. Therefore, what is the secret? Listening to the story, it's a ritual. Turning that whole program into our head to live the life is spiritual. That is why every drama that was staged here, you should take back. Why this happened? How did she said, admitted, I'm a low caste. I have no knowledge. I don't have scriptural knowledge. I don't know anything. Yet you got enlightenment. Ahaha. This is exactly what happened in the interview room. I took Swami's hands and put on my head. And I said, he asked me, what are you doing? I want enlightenment. Give it to me now. See, like instant coffee, instant tea. He said, give it to me now. I want now. Baba said, enlightenment is like this. He put his hand. Enlightenment is not a business transaction for me to give you and for you to take. You must earn. Which means to say, it's effort. Baba said, I gave you 5 elements. For what? For you to enjoy. But there is one condition there. How you make use of the 5 elements, the repercussion you also must have. So the secret of life is that everything we must convert into a spiritual life. Everything. There's no such thing as material life and spiritual life. Everything, wherever you go, is a spiritual life. Yeah. So, living. But you know what is the biggest flaw? The biggest flaw is in the thinking. How we think is wrong. That's why the Bhagavad Gita has come, masters have come to correct this thinking. Next, you see, fine. How you know the biggest flaw is in the thinking process. So next, thinking process, flawed. Next, okay. Sanjeevan, next. So, excellent message. Look at this. Birth. This is very powerful. Birth is given by others. Name is given by others. Income is given by others. Respect is given by others. First and last bath will be given by others. After death, your property and belongings will be taken by others. Funeral service will be done by others. Then click. Then if it's all done by others, and even click, you find that then why this importance to I and my? Everything is not there. Everything is so, this one, then what is the importance to the I and my? This is the greatest flaw in the thinking process. You must have attachment, but the only attachment you should have is your attached bathroom. So, the flaw is thinking process. Thinking process is flawed. This correction of the thinking process is why we must come into the Sai organization and do this. Next. This is very powerful. I like this very much. Water, the guy is dying of water, but he only knows how to read water. So he goes this direction, 9 kilometers. That side water is H2O. It's only 50 meters, but he doesn't know H2O. He could have drunk if he had known it, he knows this, but he's ignorant. Because of his ignorance, he traveled so far away and he died. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. The more you learn, the better you will be able to make decisions about it. In other words, dear friends, we really need to know that knowledge. Knowledge must be powerful. That is why we began this opening ceremony with that Buddhi Shakti must be there. It is not. You want me to speak in 2 mics? So, two mics, not 2 mics, but is it right? 2 mics. Knowledge is power. If you know what is the knowledge, you understand knowledge and live by the knowledge. That is what it is. But if you interpret the knowledge, that is the problem. We interpret it according to the way we want to interpret it and live according to our interpretation and label it as spiritual. Do you know what we are? Check-in devotees. You know what is the check-in devotees? I wear white and white, put the vibhuti, samasta loha sukhino bhavantu. One Thursday visit to a Sai center, I am a Sai devotee. So I take my checklist and I die and go to heaven. There's an immigration officer there. Say, check. So I'm a Baba devotee. I'm supposed to enter into heaven. Yeah, see. Yeah, check. Yeah, correct. Devotee, yes. White and white, agreed. Joined organization, okay. Okay. Now he's got another checklist. How much anger have you controlled? Are you doing your meditation? Are you realized? Have you taken time to serve other people? Have you made your life made other lives improve? He's got a own checklist. Hey, this checklist was not given to me. I am decided that this checklist of mine is what that determines me. No, sir. In this side here, the determination is determined by, influenced by the illumination of the soul. Illumination of the soul. So unless we take time and trouble, it won't happen. So one day in the morning, 5 a.m. or something, I was reading a scriptural book, again, monsoon showers. That book, when I read, there was these 3 lines. And I've read it, but it didn't hit so powerfully. Papa said, if you practice this 4, you will have Mother Shakti, this divine power. Oh, it was fascinating. This divine power I can get, Swami. You can get this divine power. How? By practicing this Satyam, Rutham, Shraddha, and Yoga. You practice this power. Then what will happen? These are the 5 intrinsic expression of Buddhi Shakti. Hi. So this power will come. I must develop Shraddha. This was so powerful. It just sort of like intoxicated my system. And that is how that whole opening ceremony came by. In that opening ceremony, it's demonstrating what? The highest messenger. All others went to him and stood by Sri Rama's feet and said, Rama, you are great. Rama, you are wonderful. Rama, you are brilliant. You are Rama, you are God. One person came there. What do you want? What is it you want? Sita. Can you cross and get? Nothing to worry. Leave it to me. Then he gave a ring, go and give it to her. He jumped there, he looked around. And jumping, don't forget, there's a lot of obstacles. He reached there, looked around, he saw lot of Tadagas there. There was only one lady who was so soft and demure and very, by that spiritual quality, he identified it must be Sita. He went there, Amma, Sita? Correct. This is the ring your husband gave. Oh, how is he? He's all right. Now, the point of the story is, now he goes back there. Watch it. He goes back there. He will ask, what happened to her? She's there. Then I must attack. Because he knows he's going to attack, Hanuman went inside and then burned his tail and burned many other places in the palace. But he saw how many guards are there, how many houses, how many rooms are there, how many doors are there. He understood everything and gave the blueprint back to Sri Rama. He didn't ask. Foresightedness is a quality of spirituality. Foresightedness is a quality of spirituality, and it seems that is the reason why Gita was given to Arjuna. That foresightedness. That means we don't wait for a problem to come. Before that comes, he does that. And then he turned around to Ravana and told, hello, this is just trailer movie. Real movie coming after that. So now knowledge is power. Next. So, doctor, I'm obese, doctor. I'm very obese. I know you told me to eat. Can I please eat one dosa? Allow me to eat one dosa, just one dosa. Okay, doctor said yes. Have only one dosa, but don't do anything more. So he said one dosa. So, my dear friends, the issue here is that you have to interpret her interpretation, one dosa. But that dosa is very long. This is the root of all fatness. As per doctor's advice, only one dosa for breakfast. Next. When we asked you to turn off all electronical devices, we didn't mean your husband's pacemaker. Interpretation. Now, my dear devotees, why I'm telling you all this is that a lot of things in our scriptural books, we like to interpret it the way we want to interpret it, and we live it accordingly. We won't get the experience. We have to really explore, go dive deep, and go into the whole thing. If you don't do this now, you will find that we'll just be superficially lying somewhere. That is not right. In this life, we cannot miss this opportunity. It has been given to us. Others have gurus. We have God who has come as gurus. We cannot waste this opportunity. Today, we have to do what we have to do and achieve the highest. Then, interpret rightly. That's what it is. Interpret rightly. So this rightly interpretation is important. This boy has a habit of putting his thumb in his mouth, so his parents gave a loose trouser. Now problem is solved. Now he doesn't put his hand in. He said, now okay. So the issue here is, my friends, you must have a problem. Yes, you must have anxiety. But what is the problem you should have? What is the anxiety you have? I will tell you, this is a secret of life. If you know this secret, you will find no other problem can match your problems. And I will come to that next. It has a solution. See, look at this, bees. Click, just give them. Bees build master architect of the insect world. They collect pollen information. They communicate by movement, sound and gesture. They remember significant items on the way. They care for the young. The bees will dance complex dance, because when they dance, they give navigation to other bees to tell them where the honey is. They dance complex dance. Click. They find distinguished other bees. They're able to differentiate. They will be able to eat. They will be able to fight with velocity, speed, coordination. They fly. They will be able to hear. A bee can hear. A bee can learn. A bees can live in organization. A bee lives in organizations and make decisions. Bees will be able to navigate. Bees can produce honey. Bees can regulate temperature. Bees can remember. Bees can reproduce. Bees can see. Bees can do all these things, dear friends. Click. You find that all the smell, all the five senses is able to do. Yeah, just swarm. Bees will be able to swarm. Next. Taste. Next. Touch. All these bees does with 960,000 brain cells. That is what I wanted to impress you. All these men also can do, but a bee can do. But a bee can do with 960,000 brain cells. Now comes the insulting statistics. Next. Human brain cells. Click. 100 brain cells can be fitted on a pinhead. You take brain cells, don't do it after this, but 100 brain put on a pinhead, and then they are so tiny. You line up the brain cells, it can reach the moon, 340,000. That means that much of brain cells we have. And then you find the internal mapping of thoughts. You type 10.5 kilometers, type right, that many zeros. That means that kind of computer we have this ability. That is the potential we have. Each brain cell is more than a PC. With this much of brain cells we have, we eat meat, breed, brood. What an insult. Oh God, why did you give me so much of brain cells? Dr. Reddy said yesterday, all the happiness, but the bliss that we have is 10 to the power 18 quintillion. That is, so now, are you going to be happy with this small little happiness, chota? Oh, is that bliss that we want? That is the question that you must ask. Because this is what our potential is. We have the ability to reach beyond and do many, many more things. I'd like to congratulate the Vice Chancellor of this university. He had the vision, and that vision is incorporating the darts program in this university. Why? If the university students become socially connected and really do well, that will help so many students here. As a young person, you are teaching the young people to become responsible. There is no point getting a degree and turning it into a begging bowl and going around for a job if the heart and mind and hands are not stimulated for society development. This is something that this university has embarked on this journey. This is potential. Click. So we need to shift our belief. We have to shift our belief. We cannot live anymore in the same manner. Sri Lanka conference must be like an alarm clock. We now need to wake up. Yeah. So I used to believe that prayer changes things. But now I know that prayer changes us and we change the thoughts. This is what we change things. So prayer is supposed to change us, and when we change. You know, dear friends, let me tell you, in the streets here, I read somewhere, the drug people are moving, many people are pushing drugs, the drug people have got it all organized. They're systematic, they know who to train, train the trainer session. In fact, they'll inject lot of leadership. You think they don't have leadership? Many people gather together, all are distributed, fair distribution. Talk about organization, leadership, drug dealers have. That's negative people. Good people like you and I, we sit in front of the altar and we say, Samasta Lokha Sugino Bhavanti, and we expect God to come and help us. Dear friends, we got to get up now. Now we have to get up and we hack the mission. Click now. You find that Swami said, happiness. Yes, happiness. Happiness is the union of God. Happiness is union of God. Swami, happiness is union of God. Oh, this is all philosophical. How to reach it? What do you mean by union of God? What do you mean by union? Hey, union of God means you continuously feel and think that everything that is there. Be aware that I am there. How do I do that, Baba? Swami said, you must have constant integrated awareness. Constantly, Swami, I want to tell you something. You are there, I am here. I have to practice my 10 senses. Then I have to practice 9 code of conduct. I must practice Ashtanga Yoga 8. Then I must transcend my 7 level of consciousness, overcome my 6 enemies, practice the 5 human values, do the 4 Purushatras, transcend the 3 gunas, go over Raga Dvesha 2 and reach Atma. Baba, so much I have to do. Swami, I have to go so much and do all this. Is it necessary? How can I remember all these things? Swami, everybody is here. I can remember you. But when I go back, my family is there. Problems are there. Society is there. I got a lot of pressure, work pressure. This. How do I remember you continuously, Swami? Please, you have to give me something more practical than this. This I can do, but I cannot remember you constantly. Baba said, click. Shraddha, steadfast faith. Yeah, Swami, you are saying Shraddha. What do you mean by Shraddha? Baba said, Shraddha consists of 2 things. Click. Number 1, you must have yearning. So now, you are standing there. Where are you standing? Swami, I am standing here. Swami, you are there. You must have the yearning. What is the... First, you must have the yearning. You want to come here. Then you can have the practice of the rest. If you do not have the yearning like Shabri, do not have the yearning like Urmila, we don't have the yearning, nothing will happen. This all will just become a ritual. I must have the final yearning. What? This river must reach this ocean. At the end of the day, this river must reach the ocean. Whatever said and done, this river must not go anywhere else, must reach the ocean. Okay, Swami, this is good. I must have yearning. You said 2 just now. Yes, sorry, I must tell you one more thing. Consistency. So, these 2 forces is that I must have yearning, I must have consistency. Both of these constitutes Shraddha. Swami, this is nice. I got it. Now I got your formula. But tell me one way I can remember this. Remember this one formula. This one formula is ultimate. 2 things you must never forget. You click there, you find that death and God. 2 things. Now you must, how do you know you are in a jail? Firstly, before to come out of the jail, first thing you must realize you are in a jail. That is what the soul spiritual consciousness developed. My God, I'm so limited. I'm so confined. Why am I staying so much in this jail? I must come out. When I want to come out, then I will practice this. That's why Baba said, more important than Guru is Guri. I must have the goal to come out of this jail. Now if I have this, Baba said, those who have inner urge to achieve the higher wisdom which confers liberation have therefore to reflect upon and investigate the phenomena of death. All this is about death. Powerful scriptural Swami is saying about death. Baba said in Jnanavahini, those who are not contemplating about death will be considered among life. But Baba, let me ask you something. This is good. Can you give me one formula? And this one formula I discovered at an early age. You do this one, you will never go wrong. You will never forget. All the mantras will come to you. You will find power inside. The next one. So now this is the message. Click Sanjeevan. Yeah. So click next. Happiness. Click happiness. I just told you. Happiness goes to CIA. Concentrated happiness. You must have steadfast. You must yearning. You must have consistency. Two things to remember: death and God. And one, how to remember constantly, Bhagavan. I need to live in this world. One magic word, and this word you know. And what is that? Mission. And this, my dear friends, is how we can constantly remember. Live every day in this life, living for His mission. So, Bhagavan, you asked me, what is my purpose? Let me ask you, what is your purpose? Baba said, click next. He said, I have a task to foster all mankind. Hey, all mankind, and give Ananda. Now, in my life, every day, I give Ananda. So when you get up, how many of you get up in the morning feeling happy that you have been given another day to live? Yeah. Others, you outsource to other people? Yeah. So happiness, when you get up, happiness, you feel, oh, one more day. Oh, you feel energetic. You feel enthusiastic. Oh, another one more day. Suresh, you don't understand. My mother-in-law lives with me. You cannot understand. So you have so many different problems. So when you have, I have a task. My task is to give Ananda from today. That is why purposely we decided to organize mindset change. There is no point understanding big philosophies when we do not know how to manage our body and our mind, which is why the workshops was emotional regulation, financial resources. First time in any sadhana camp we have introduced financial literacy. Why is that so? Because devotees, if you are earning $4,000 and 6,000 gaps, you will be thinking about the money. Where will you think about God? So therefore, how can we now investment? How can you do this? How can you regulate your mind? In other words, in any situation, you are happy, you feel joyous. That power must be there so that you can transmit this consciousness to everybody else and make everybody happy. You are in this world to become happy. 364 days you are unhappy. 365th day I come to your house and say, happy birthday to you. What is the point? Whole thing, every day in your life must be happy, because if you are sad, you are insulting God. You are lonely, you are insulting God. You are depressed, you are insulting God, because He's with you, in you, around you, inside you. You must feel it. How do you do this? Dr. Reddy, I must tell you. You know, Arcadia, I spoke, right? Arvind took that. My wife saw that video. I'm telling you, she's here. She saw that video and she said, you lied in that video. I said, which part I lied? She said, you told them you spend 80% of your time to the Sai organization. You didn't. You gave 100%. You were never in the house. He said. I don't know whether she said it out of frustration or pride. I'm hoping that she said it out of pride. 100%. I gave my entire youth to the organization. Entire youth. From there, my father and mother was very, whole youth I gave. So I used to come home 1 a.m., 2 a.m. and all that. Dear friends, let me tell you, I was an utter failure. I failed my exam, my A-levels. I was a failure. Failed. All community decided I'm out. Career guidance counselor, who themselves don't have a career, but they will guide everybody else to all career, told me never to take up science. Finally, I went there. I repeated my exam. I also did not do well. I failed. So 2 times, Professor, I'm telling you, Vice Chancellor, I failed 2 times. That is why I'm connected to students who do badly. That's why I'm connected to people who have got problems, because I was there. So when I opened the door, my father's door, I saw him crying. When I saw him crying, because being Indian, you have to be either a lawyer, doctor, or engineer. You know, this is the Indian DNA. So I decided whatever happens, my parents will call me a doctor. From that moment onwards, then Brother Jaga came into my college and spoke. I was attracted. At this moment, why I'm speaking, where I am, is because of my mentor, Brother Jagadis. And my gratitude is always there, always respect, always love. It is he who created this, what you see. But basically, he came and spoke. I followed him back to the Sai Center and followed him to Bhagavan. And from that moment onwards, total 100%, I was in the Sai movement. Every day we used, Billy Fong was my national youth leader. I was his deputy. Brother Jaga used to call us Batman and Robin. We are still discussing who is Batman and who is Robin. But we used to go around whole country doing all kinds of things. We didn't have internet, we didn't have phone. But we continued to do this service and do this work. Whole youth was given to Sai movement. Today in the university, I'm telling you youth, dear friends, this is a secret of your life. Give your life to this mission. Give your life to Sathya Sai organization and watch, see where your life is going to go. You will reach pinnacles of success. You will reach the highest height. In my house, if you come to this, all the awards are there. Every time I go and receive an award, I laugh at myself because I know my capability. But I got the National Young Scientist Award, 20 awards in my house and all. But all this is because His grace. Following Brother Billy Fong's words, he is the one who can turn a street dog to a street lamp. That's what he did. Billy Fong's words. So I have a vow to lead all who stray away from the path to the good part, the path of goodness. I must now take right path again into goodness. So today, dear devotees, pledge yourself. The youth pledge. Transform people, transform youth, help them to become a better person. And then when you make them better, you see your life, how it will go. And finally, Baba said, I have a vow to lead all who stray away from this path. Dedicate your life to this mission. Every day, get up in the morning. What is it, Baba, you want to do? What is it, Baba? What is it? This is a possession. Of all possession, God possession is the best. I heard the zonal youth leader tell my wife this morning when he was walking, how to bury your husband's handphone, because I used to call him at 6:30 in the morning. He wants to bury my handphone, it seems, because I'm calling him. Dear brothers and sisters, this is what, if this Sathya Sai organization is not here, there is no life. If another ship comes by and tells you, jump over, you tell that ship people, where are you going? You're going there? Don't worry, I'm also there. I'll meet you there. That's all you need to say. Don't be confused. Be steadfast in your thing. Be here like Shabari. Stay here. Don't hop here. Don't run here. Don't jump here. Because such people, the gurus and the teachers will search for us, because we are the dedicated soul, pure soul, who has come to fulfill the avatar's mission. Sai Ram. Sai Ram.
Uncle Govind, you may have failed your A levels, but you have passed many other tests in life, and you never fail to always inspire us with your humorous words and work you do. Thank you once again, Uncle Govind. Up next, we have the question and answer session, organized to address and discuss any questions or queries posted by our beloved Sai sisters and brothers, and any clarifications that they may have. Kindly note that this session will be conducted in both Tamil and English. To conduct the question and answer session, we now cordially invite the panelists. The panels for this question and answer session will consist of Dr. Narendranath Reddy, Chairman SSSIO, Mr. Manoj Kumar Singh, Chairman SSSIO Zone 4, Mr. Aravind Balasubramanya, alumnus Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, Mr. Krishnamurthy Venkatraman, alumnus Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, Ms. Anuradha Venkateshwaran, alumnus Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, and Ms. Rama Devi Sankaran, member SSSIO International Medical Committee. The question and answer session will be moderated by Brother Manoharan, Deputy Central Coordinator, Zone 4. We will now commence the question and answer session.
offer myself to thee at thy lotus feet, dearest Sai. Swami, I pray each and every day, let my life be your message. Swami, I pray each and every day, let my life be your message. Take my love and let it flow in fullness of devotion to thee. Take my hands and let them work incessantly for thee. Oh Lord, take my soul and let it be merged in one with thee. Take my mind and thoughts and let them be in tune with thee. Oh Lord, take my everything and let me be an instrument to work. Baba, let me be an instrument to work. I offer myself to thee at thy lotus feet, dearest Sai. Swami, I pray each and every day, let my life be your message. Swami, I pray each and every day, let my life be your message. Mag-jeevitay obadun panividayay, wadarang siyang tadashisha, hidup ko adalah fasanya, எங்கள் வாழ்க்கை உந்தன் செய்தி, மஜீவிதமே நீ சந்தேஷம். Let our lives be your message, our lives be your message, our lives be your message, this we pray. Let our lives be your message, this we pray. Let our lives be your message, this we pray. offer myself to thee at thy lotus feet, dearest Sai. Swami, I pray each and every day, let my life be your message. Swami, I pray each and every day, let my life be your message. Take my love and let it flow in fullness of devotion to thee. Take my hands and let them work incessantly for thee. Oh Lord, take my soul and let it be merged in one with thee. Take my mind and thoughts and let them be in tune with thee. Oh Lord, take my
My humble pranams at the lotus feet of our beloved Lord Bhagwan Baba. We have received many questions, both in English and Tamil. I'm not sure with the limited time that we have, we'll be able to go through, but we'll try our best to go through as many as we can. The first question, I would like to direct this question to Uncle Dr. Reddy. The question is, how can I be near and dear to our beloved Lord?
Sai Ram, everyone. So that is the whole purpose of life, is to be dear to the Lord. Nearness is good, but more important is dearness. So Swami talked about it many ways. First thing I would like you to all of you to refer to is chapter 12 in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter of devotion. And Swami made the students chant this in front of him for many festival occasions to show the importance of this chapter. Here, the Lord Krishna describes who a devotee is. So actually it goes from shloka 13 to 20, qualities of a devotee, 32 qualities, but we have to each one audit. The first quality, I was talking this morning to Timanu and somebody else, Adveshta Sarvabhutanam Maitra Karuna Yevacha. First quality is hatred towards no beings. Somebody said, oh, SSIO is my enemy, or that person I don't like. That first is a disqualification to a devotee. You can't call yourself devotee if you hate anyone for that matter, not only human beings, animals, snakes, scorpions, or anything. For that matter, I remember this happened about 25 years ago. We have a room in Prashanti Nilayam, and I used to daily morning worship, and every day this lizard used to come during the worship time morning. And then I told our person who works in the house, hey, take it away, put it out. This is happening for a few days. Then Swami called during that time. Swami called us for family interview and asked Swami what to do with this lizard. Every day comes, so we have to put it out. Why? What is the problem? It is also worshipping along with you. We should think like that. So extend that love. And Swami's love is like that. First, we extend to all human beings. There is nothing like enemies. The very fact we have enemy, we are disqualified. We are no more devotee. First quality is Adveshta. He didn't say human beings. Sarva Bhutana. You can't hate any being in the world. So that is what we need to develop. Maitra Karuna Yevacha. You should have the friendship with people and then compassion. That is why Lord Buddha made it very good. Maitri, Mudita, Karuna, Upeksha. So in all our life, we come across 4 situations. Somebody will be equal to us, like a colleague. So we have friendship with them. And somebody will be less fortunate to us. They may have no resources, no food. You should have compassion, karuna for them. And some people will be more fortunate than us. They are more intelligent than us, wealthier than us, more beautiful, handsome, everything better than us. Then you should be happy for them, not jealous. What happens is when somebody is more fortunate, people get jealous. Instead of that, you should have mudita, be happy. And then 4th important thing is upeksha. There will be so many people writing bad things, talking bad things about us, criticizing us. Right now, Sai conference going on here, so many are happy. And there are many people who are unhappy too. That is the nature. Swami says God is omnipresent. Jealousy is omnipresent too. So we need to be careful. For that we should ignore. So Swami says upeksha. That means indifference to criticism. And God himself was subject to that. We need to remember that. So these are the basic qualities. This goes on and this, at least 32 qualities will take 1 hour, so I won't go into that. But all these great masters said, and same thing, Narsi Mehta, great saint of Gujarat, he talked about Vaishnava Janato Jana. It was the favorite bhajan for Mahatma Gandhi. There he says, who is a Vaishnava? Who is a really devotee of God? You can verify that. Another thing is Saint Paul, in the great apostle of Lord Jesus. He says, beautiful letter to Corinthians. Everybody should read it. He says, You may have a faith to make a mountain move. It may move. Without love, it is of no use. And you may know all the scriptures, but without love, it is making some noise. And you may give everything in charities, but without love, it is of no use. It says, faith, love, hope are great, but of all, the greatest is love. And there he describes what love means. We say, oh, I love you, I love you. But love is patient. If we are not patient, we are not loving. Love is calm, content, not jealous, not arrogant. So these are all these great masters. So this is how you develop these qualities, you will be dear to God. You can be near to God. It is more important dear to God. That is what Swami, Anu or somebody told this morning, or Arvind, that Swami often said, people who live in Prashanti Nilayam, people think, oh, I am in Prashanti Nilayam. The Swami says the lotus, the frogs are near the lotus, but they don't enjoy the bee. They enjoy the honey. Whereas bees come for a firm distance, they take the honey from the lotus. He used to talk about in the discourses how the devotees overseas, that means he's congratulating all of you and all of us. So they come from far off, spend few days, but they take the nectar of Swami's teaching. Whereas sometimes people live in Prashanti and you may not even understand. That's why one time Swami said, oh, I live in Prashanti. Swami says dogs live in Prashanti, cats live in Prashanti, everything. It doesn't mean you will be realized. More important is, it is good to be close to, near to God, but more important is to be dear to God. Okay? Sai Ram.
Thank you, Doctor. I would like to direct the next question to Sister Anuradha. The question is, how to control the mind? This is a question I think I often see this being asked. How to control the mind? And it continues to say, how to practice sense control, how to get rid of our 6 enemies. What is our beloved Swami's advice on this? Sister?
Sai Ram, brother, is there a specific reason you're posing this question to me? No, just kidding. Let me preface this by saying I'm very much a work in progress, but a work nevertheless. Swami, does this pun on words. He says this mind, he says it's a monkey mind. We've all heard that. Not only is it a monkey mind, it's this monkey has been bitten by a drunken scorpion. Just imagine that, how graphic that is. So it's not easy to control this mind. But he says this mind, which is a nartaki, can be controlled by kirtana, which is singing the Lord's name. Not all of us are able to sing the Lord's name, but all of us can chant the Lord's name, right? So you talked about sense control. So when we feel there is a temptation, Sai Ram, we talked about awareness in our workshop, the Swami in me, chant Sai Ram, then you'll refrain from doing that act. That to me is the easiest answer for that, but it's not, though it's easy, sometimes the easiest thing is that it's easiest to miss also. So we have to remind ourselves. I know our Puranas are replete with examples like Ajamila just remembering in the last minute, calling out to his son, and then he reaches moksha. But it's not going to be that easy. It's only when we practice it every moment of our lives, when the moment arrives, our hand will automatically go to Swami's picture, or we'll automatically say Sai Ram. So it has to be a practice. We have to train this mind. And Swami gives this example of this pole and the genie. The mind is like that. You have to keep it working on something, otherwise it's going to play havoc on us. So that is the easy and the long-winded answer. Sai Ram.
Important point Anu mentioned, but I want to add what Swami said, very important. I would like everybody to read. Swami gave a series of discourses just on this topic called Manasu Marmam. That means secret of mind control. So I would advise everybody, because mind is the one, as Swami says, responsible for bondage and liberation. Turn toward the world, you are bound and grief-stricken. Turn towards God, you are free and liberated and joyful. But it is not that easy. So you can, actually Arjuna says, I can hold the air in my hand, but I can't control mind. We all know the mind goes on jumping. So that then Lord Krishna gives beautiful two answers. Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagya. Constant practice. Mind goes there, again bring it back. Again goes there, bring it back. And dispassion, detachment to the worldly things. Actually, we were there in the interview with Swami, one of the young girls, 10-year-old girl. She was asking Swami how is to control the mind. And Swami gave a beautiful example. When you are learning the bicycle, you get up and you fall, you get up and fall. But then you learn. Then even without holding the handle, you can do that constant practice and also dispassion. So if you are still attached to the world and you want to control mind, it doesn't happen. All those thoughts will come to you when in the quiet moment. So there is I wanted to add those two, abhyas and vairagya is very important.
Thank you, Sister Anuradha, and thank you, Dr. Reddy. The next question I would like to direct this to Brother Manoj. We all talk about the importance of seva. The question is, why is service important as a spiritual sadhana?
Sai Ram. Sai Ram. Actually, you are seeing on the stage, coming to the spiritual field is only because of seva. I was a non-believer of God, but somehow I was dragged to Puttaparthi with my wife. And roaming around, I don't want to stand in a line queue for the Swami, so I met a Seva Dal and I asked him what he's doing. He talked about his life. He said he's got a good business in Chennai, he's got settled children, everything. But he was doing cleaning of the toilet in Puttaparthi. It triggered the thought that this man has everything: good health, money, children, name, fame, everything. It means there is something more valuable than this for which he is coming. And that is what, when I thought, that when I used to pass around in Puttaparthi, the Sevadals, we used to get a seat to see Swami and touch his feet, but they will not even get prasadam, and we used to give them. So those thoughts drew me that seva can bring a transformation. It so happened that earlier I used to read Swami's book, it never touched me. But when I went to the orphanage and I saw the small children, they're crying for the mother, it melted my heart. Then I started reading Swami's books. Then I thought that this seva is not by reading books, it's by getting to the actual on the field and getting the first-hand experience. I think it's a practical spirituality, I can say, that by doing seva. And one incident I tell that one visit to Puttaparthi, there was a feeding of the poor, and it was on one of the shades. And I, being a company big officer and everything, I thought, okay, let me go and serve. It was when I served the food, then all the food and the water will fall down, everything. So people were cleaning, so I started cleaning. Because these were all the people who were carrying the water and all the luggage for us. Then suddenly I was told, let's go and sit and eat there. It just pinched me that, my God, I have to eat with them. And that was a turning point, that it reduced my ego. So these are the small things. Every seva I learn something, and then I reinforce by reading Swami's books, and the spirituality came to me, and now I enjoy. So spiritual service is the biggest way of turning towards spirituality.
Brother, can I add one? I just want to add one little incident and emphasize on what Brother Uncle Manoj has said. So the incident is when Swami opened the super speciality hospital, all the state presidents in India began to direct all the patients to the hospital. Our Swami has the hospital, go. It so happened that Swami once called all the state presidents inside and began to speak to them, and he said, see, any patient who comes, you are directing them to the super speciality hospital. It has only limited capacity, it is full. So what do those patients do? They come and sit in mandir and want me to cure them. And Swami said, I will cure them. But before sending them here, tell them to do some seva and come, so that seeing the seva they have done, I can bless them with grace. So, seva directly translates into grace. And as Brother Manoj said, the ultimate goal of our life is to overcome ego. Ego meaning identifying with this body and mind. I am Arvind, me, myself. To expand that, I need to see that same love in everyone around. And seva is the best way to erode that. Make me love somebody else as much as I love me. So that is the theoretical understanding as to why we should do seva. But definitely starting off the benefit, like Falashruti, Swami promises, when you do seva, you will benefit, you will draw my grace.
Yeah, one more important point I want to add. I think whenever we are discussing some important point others get, you should, even though I directed to others, they can add. Two greatest obstacles. Hello? Yeah. Two greatest obstacles when we do service, Swami said, is ahankara and mamakara. The ego and attachment. I and mine. I did this. So I gave a wonderful talk. I wrote this beautiful article. I sang so well. So any of this ahankara, I am the doer. That is the greatest obstacle. Second, I want the results of my action. Oh, you need appreciation. Oh, you did a good job. We want to hear. Oh, you did wonderful service. These two are the greatest obstacles for service to be a spiritual practice. If we want to have service as a sadhana, we need to get rid of this ahankara and mamakara. Swami gave a beautiful example like a snake. The poison is in the two fangs. Once you remove those two fangs, it can't hurt you. Similarly, for us, these two fangs are this ahankara and mamakara. There is a nice incident I shared before. This Professor Kasturi said this. One devotee asked Swami to come to his house. So he invited him, Swami, when you come, please come to my house. Swami said right away, your house? This man is smart, good devotee. He said, he realized, my God, Swami is telling, no Swami, our house. That means, because everything belongs to God. Our house, that means 50%. Then they said, no, Swami, your house. Then if you are, why should you invite me to my house? So like that means we don't really believe that everything belongs to God. The way we are able to think, able to speak, do ultimately that power. That is what the whole secret, the message of Kena Upanishad. By whom we see, by whom we do, constantly remember. And then the whole purpose of service is, as he was telling, get rid of the ego and purify. Chittasya shuddhaye karmana, purifying the heart. Then you can see, when pure heart, you can see God. Blessed are the pure in heart, you shall see God. So that is very important topic. That is why Swami emphasized service in all the organization for everybody to do. And we cheer all of you are doing. Anybody else can add anything on that? Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Reddy. Thank you, Brother Manoj, and thank you, Brother Aravind. The next question, I think, is the suitable person to answer. This is Dr. Ramadevi. How does the practice of human values help in the delivery of health care and improving one's own health?
Sai Ram, that's a beautiful question, and we have a lot of young adults. We had a discussion this afternoon. So they realized, yes, that's a very important thing. Why we have to do medical camp, that's what was the discussion today. The human values, obviously we have innate human values, but as Brother Suresh was talking about, we are just completely dissolved in this hurry-burry. We go to the clinic, I have 30 patients. We just don't focus on the patient as such. Oh, this is a fever patient, give this medicine and send them away. So the main complaint from the patients, they come, the doctors not even spend 5 minutes with me. And most often the diagnosis is even missed, because it's not because of the lack of knowledge, it's because of lack of humanism. So just to best serve our own patients, we need to have human values. And number two, without that human values, we are not happy at all. When we don't have that happiness within ourselves, we cannot share that happiness with our patients. So it is mutually beneficial. Sure. I hope I answered the question.
Also, how one's own health. I know in daily health delivery.
Yes.
That in your talk, you can repeat that again.
So
How it helps in improving one's own health.
yes, definitely. Thank you, Uncle. So obviously it helps us. So healthcare burnout is a big thing nowadays. According to the statistics, the suicidal rate is very high among healthcare professionals. You may think that we have the best knowledge how to take care of ourselves, but obviously we don't. We have a lot of frustration and anger that affects our own health. That is a big impediment for our own health. I want to take my own example because I can speak only through my example, how I experience it. So when I go to the hospital, the children, they were singing like Sarvam Sai Mayam, Sai Mayam. So that is my mantra. I may not have time to sit and do prayer. So when in America, we just go to the patient's room. The patients don't come to see us. When I tap the door, I say, Swami, you are the doctor going to see the patient. So when I go there, I see Swami literally. Many times he has proven that I am there. So that instead of like I get drained in my energy, I get so much energy. I have the same energy what I go to the hospital at 8 o'clock. Even at 6:37, I have the same energy. And Brother Aravin's financial workshop also, he talked about like tamasic time, sattvic time. As a doctor, I cannot discriminate the timings, right? For me, everything is sattvic time because I see God in every time. So every time becomes a prayer. And I go for C-section. I say, Swami, you are being born. I'm excited. I'm coming at 2 a.m. in the morning. My nurses are, oh, Dr. Sankaran, why are you smiling and coming? No, I have to smile. There's a new energy coming to this world. We have to give that energy to the patient. And when I'm waiting for the baby to be born, I chant Gayatri Mantra. Swami, let this child be an instrument of love. Because the population I serve is a lot of homeless patients, and the children are born to moms who are on drugs and things like that. So my heart truly breaks when I see that. So I chant, at least let me do this one service. I don't know how the development is going to be. Science says the baby is going to be messed up, but I believe in my prayer. So let me do that service. So I don't know whether it helps my patients or not. It truly helps me because I'm constantly in the contemplative mode through my work. So that really helps me to be very healthy. And the Human Values program, I have done this workshop at my workplace. There is a total shift in the attitude of our employees. So usually the patient, the staff, everyone comes in with the anger. They say, oh my God, I'm frustrated, I'm depressed. There's a lot of complaints. Then within 6 months, there is tremendous change in their attitude towards the patients. So the workplace has become a Prashanti for me. Every day when I go to work, I'm very happy. I'm going to Prashanti, I'm going to see Swami. So a lot of examples there, but due to the interest of time, I wanted to finish here. Thank you, Sai Ram.
Dr. Reddy, you want to add anything to it?
Summarized well. Main thing is it helps in the healthcare delivery as well as for our own health. For the doctors, you think Dr. Swami said doctors are the worst patients. That is true. Now I realize I had recently a cardiac surgeon. He cuts hearts left and right, but he had a little cut. He had to have a needle. He was almost about to collapse. And another one was the brain surgeon. A friend, I don't want to tell his name. He said just they wanted to draw the blood from his vein. He says, oh, I'm getting dizzy. I said, you cut brains left and right, open the skulls, drill the holes. So when somebody else, you can do that. But doctors themselves practicing that, but knowing these human values makes a big difference. That's good.
Thank you, Dr. Ramadevi, and thank you, Dr. Reddy. The next question, I would like to direct this to Brother Krishnamurthy. The question is, most ordinary people like me don't feel Swami's presence while we struggle in our life. How can we feel that He is with us? How can we know that He is with me?
Answer in Tamil or in English?
The question was sent in English.
English, done. Okay.
Thank you, brother. I have already told you that I have faced enough number of challenges at various degrees. These are the moments we think the Swami is not with us. I think there was one story one day Swami told, I think it has come as a poem also. In my life, I always see in the sands of time, two footprints. And whenever there is some troubled moments, I see only one footprint, Swami. Why are you not with me? And Swami says, yes, that one footprint is mine and I am carrying you during your toughest times. Yes, as I have already shared with you, because of our own karma, we are undergoing some challenges, but it is reduced to such a great extent because of Swami's grace. We are able to face the pain and overcome the challenge and then carry on with the life with His grace. Definitely we need to realize without the grace of God, we would have just evaporated long time back. This is my humble opinion and learning from life.
Dr. Reddy, would you like to add anything?
Yeah, this also is very important point. Everything is practice. There's Abhyas Yoga. Practice the presence of God. God is with us. We should have complete conviction about what Swami says. What Swami says, there is only one God. He is omnipresent. That means He is here sitting with us. He is there in Jaffna, He is there in Colombo, He is in Buenos Aires, He is in St. Petersburg, He is there in Germany and everywhere. So we should have the conviction that He is with us. He said repeatedly, inside us, above us, below us, behind us, around us. So we should practice that presence. It's just a question of practice. I would advise you, there's a beautiful book called Practicing the Presence of God by Brother Lawrence. He's a Carmelite monk and he's a cook in the monastery there, and he writes beautifully to his fellow monks. He was a cook. He says he was busy cooking and serving the brother monks, and there is in the clutter and noise of their demands. He says, I was as much in communion with God and the clutter and noise of the kitchen and serving the people as much as I was bending and worshipping at the altar of the Lord. So, because it's constantly in the presence. So you know that everything we do, then He's with us. That is why it's beautiful Shivamanas Stotram says Atmatvam Girijamati. This means, I won't say that all in Sanskrit. He says, Lord, when I am walking, any place we walk, that is pradakshina for you. Lord, when I am talking, that is all praising Him for you. Swami, when I am eating, that is Naivedyam I am offering for you. When I am taking a shower, that is doing Abhishekam for you. So, I am sleeping, that is also is a Samadhi sthiti, Nidra Samadhi sthiti. So, Yadyat karma karoti tatta takilam shambho tava aradhanam. Everything I do, that means eating, sleeping, drinking, walking, talking, everything is His worship. Then you feel His constant presence. That is the practice of the presence. So when you think like that, when I'm taking shower, but you think, hey, I'm doing Abhishekam for Lord Shiva. When I'm walking, instead of thinking just walking, I'm going around the temple, which is really the whole universe is the temple of God. So when you have that spiritualized, that the whole thing is, everything is there, just to change the attitude. Spirituality is nothing but changing the attitude. The same thing we will do, but with a different attitude, filled with the divinity and love. That is very important. That's how we practice. Please go ahead.
Brother, if you, with your permission, I will add shortly a small incident in the life. I think most of you know that I got heart attack. Incidentally, it was September 28th. And morning 6 o'clock I get an attack. It is, doctors, they know how it will be a pain. I'll go to the main topic of how Swami is with us. I informed my wife, there is an acute pain. We are in the first floor in our own house. We came down. I was able to walk. This is supposed to be the golden hour. So during the golden hour, Swami was with us. I walked all the way upstairs to ground floor, then to the main gate, then into the car. My wife drove the car like an ambulance in the morning. Within 5 minutes we were there in Prashant Hospital, 6:10, and to our surprise, there was one wheelchair in the car parking area. I just get onto the wheelchair, Lakshmi pushes that, then we go to the place where, what is that called, the patients, outside patient, OP? Yeah, OP area. To our surprise, there is Dr. Karthikeyan, cardiologist, his team members, all are ready waiting, because 1 hour before there was another heart attack patient. He has come, but it was only a mild attack and he is refusing to go for a stent. He says he was adamant he will go only for a bypass surgery. But they have made all the operation theatre ready, they have called the doctor, everybody is ready, and ready-made I came as a patient, ready. So I missed the point. I gave the mic to Arvind. I heard a voice. Hello, Krishnamurti, you missed your heart attack. How in the time? Okay, sorry. I picked up the mic again. Then heart attack treatment was done. 4 years over. I am with you all. Jai Sai Ram.
Thank you, Brother Krishnamurti and Dr. Reddy. The next question is in Tamil. It seems to be related with young adults. So I'll direct this question to the senior most member in this panel, Brother Arvind. So I'll read it in Tamil and then I will translate that in English. So this seems to be a topic that's going on, I'm sure, in other countries, as well as it's going on in Sri Lanka. சாய் இளைஞர்கள் சிலர் ஷேவ் எடுத்தல் என்ற விடயத்தில் 2 வேறுபட்ட கருத்துக்கள் கொண்டுள்ளார்கள். Some of the young adults have 2 different opinions about shaving, clean shave. One opinion is முழுமையா ஷேவ் எடுத்தல் வேண்டும், அப்போதுதான் சுவாமிக்கு விருப்பமான ஒரு இளைஞனாக இருக்கலாம். That is one opinion. That is, one opinion is Swami would prefer boys or young adults or males to be clean shaven. The second one is முழுமையாக ஷேவ் எடுப்பதற்கும் ஆன்மீகத்துக்கும் எந்த ஒரு தொடர்பும் இல்லை, இது ஒவ்வொருவருடைய தனிப்பட்ட விருப்பம். So the second opinion is having a clean shave and not having is nothing to do with spirituality. That is each person's individual liking. And also to add to this, some of them who have the second opinion also claim that Shirdi Sai Baba, that is Sathya Sai Baba, in his previous birth was having a beard. So they are asking, what is your advice on this? So I would like Brother Arvind to answer this in English, and Brother Krishnamurti, if you can translate this in Tamil, please.
So brother, even as you were asking these questions, the best way I think is through incidents to narrate, and for each of them I'll narrate one little incident, you can translate. So the question is, should we clean shave or not? Beard has got nothing to do with my spirituality, and Shirdi Baba had long beard, Jesus Christ has beard, so what? Okay, start off with, I will refer to what Brother Suresh Govind told us, right? Shabari waited. She didn't change the guru. I am ready to change my guru for the sake of a beard and a mustache.
Oh. இந்த கேள்வியெல்லாம் கேட்டிருக்கீங்க. ஷிரடி பாபா தாடி வச்சிருக்காருன்னு கொஞ்ச நேரம் முன்னாடி நம்ம சுரேஷ் டாக்டர் பேசினாரு. அந்த சபரி எப்படி அதே இடத்துல இருந்து அவங்க குரு சொன்னபடி வெயிட் பண்ணி ராமரை பார்த்தாங்க. ஜஸ்ட் இந்த மீசைக்காக நம்ம ஒரு குருவை மாற்றிக்கணுமா?
Adi Shankaracharya had his disciples. They saw that once when Adi Shankaracharya went to his devotee's home, his devotee was a person who would have an alcohol bar. So he accepted the alcohol and they all said, "Arey Shankaracharya, our guru is drinking, we'll also drink." They drank. Next he went to his another devotee who was an ironsmith, and there it is said that Adi Shankaracharya drank molten iron and he looked at his shishyas, "Will you drink?" Shirdi Baba had beard, but do you know, Sathya Sai Baba would be served neatly food in a plate, like how we are served here, and he would eat. Shirdi Baba would go begging and mix all the food into one ball and eat. Will you do that? If you are amazed at how Shirdi Baba would eat, let me tell you how Shirdi Baba would clean his stomach. He would vomit out his intestines, wash them and hang them on the tree, Jambli tree. Will you do that? This is the second part of the answer.
Swami. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஆதிசங்கர் சிஷ்யங்களோட வெளியில் போகிறார். அங்கே ஒரு டிவோட்டி வீட்டுக்கு போகிறாரு. அவர் இந்த லிக்கர்லாம் வச்சுருக்காரு. அதை எடுத்து ஆதிசங்கர் குடித்தோடனே இவங்களும் ஆகா அவரே குடிச்சாருப்பான்னு கூட இருக்கிறவங்களும் குடிச்சிருக்காங்க. ஒன். அடுத்தது அவர் இந்த இரும்பெல்லாம் உருக்கிற ஒரு வீட்டுக்கு போகிறாரு. அங்கே இரும்பு உருக்கி வச்சதை எடுத்து குடிச்சிட்டு பார்த்தாராம். அங்கே போன வீட்டில் குடிச்சிங்களேப்பா, இப்போ இங்கேயும் குடிப்பீங்களா அப்படின்னு அதை ஒரு பாட்டாக சொன்னார். ரெண்டாவது, நமக்கு எந்த குரு கிட்ட நமக்கு இப்போதைக்கு எது கன்வீனியண்ட்டாக இருக்கோ அதை எடுத்துக்கிறோமே, அதை அவர் சொல்லலை, நானா சேர்த்துட்டேன். அதோட அர்த்தம் அதுதான். அவருக்கே தமிழ் புரியலன்னு தலையாட்டுறாரு. ஆமாம் கரெக்டுன்னு, உண்மை அதுதான். அந்த ஷிரடி பாபா தாடி வச்சார், நமக்கு இப்போ கன்வீனியண்ட்டாக இருக்குது, அதை ஏற்றுக்கிறோம். நம்ம ஷிரடி பாபா போய் ஒரு வீடாக அவர் எப்படி சாப்பிட்டாரு, பக்தி பிக்ஷாம் தேகி மாதிரி ஏதோ கேட்டு வாங்கி சாப்பிட்டாரு, நம்ம அந்த மாதிரியா சாப்பிட்றோம். தென் அவர் இன்டெஸ்டைனே வெளியில் எடுத்து காய வச்சு உணர்த்தி திரும்பி உள்ளே தூக்கி போட்டுப்பார். நம்ம அந்த மாதிரிலாம் பண்ணும்போது நம்ம அதை பண்ணிக்கலாம். சரி.
And finally, dear brothers and sisters, I don't know the logic. I agree it has got nothing to do with the beard. Spiritual progress has got nothing to do with beard and mustache. But my Swami likes it, you know. My Swami likes. A group of 15 students, youngsters, who used to distribute newspaper in London, they came saving up money to Brindavan to visit Swami. They had long hair, you know. They had long hair. They were sitting. So Swami came for darshan and Swami was told, Swami, these boys have saved money so much and they have come. Swami was very happy. Went near them, he blessed them. Then he noticed that long hair. He said, you know, this long hair. And then he stopped himself. He said, no, leave it. If you were my boys, I would have told keep short hair, but it's okay. That's what Swami said. And he left. Next day when Swami came for darshan, he saw there was 20 bald heads there, bald, clean shaven. And Swami was surprised. Ayyo, what is this? Then those boys got up and said, Swami, you told if we were your boys. Don't tell like that, Swami, we are your boys. Swami, if it makes you happy, we will cut our head. What is our hair? Swami literally embraced them. Ayyo, Bangaru. So dear brothers and sisters, no debate over here. Swami liked it. Yes, in Swami's college, there was a Sardar, a Sikh. His religion needs him to have a beard and mustache. Swami allowed him to keep. There was a time when somebody had some infection of the skin. He had to keep. So, we know it. Swami loves, Swami has immense love. And that love is two-way. Therefore, if I have some real reason why I am not shaving, why I am keeping a mustache, Swami knows our heart. We need not justify to anybody. So, that's okay. But otherwise, just as he loves us, should we not love him? He tells us to control lust, control greed, control anger. Very tough it is. That is why, you know, Swami, I'll shave. That is at least easy to follow. So many things he tells. I can't follow everything, no? Simplest ones, if we start debating, why I should wear like this uniform dress, why can't I wear shorts? Arey, Swami likes. Swami, you like, no, I'll wear. Swami, if you like burqa, I'll wear. Swami, you like. These are the easiest to follow. That's all I would like to say. Let us follow the easy ones. And we are doing it not for anything else, not to look handsome, not to do anything. I just noticed, look at this. All of us, we are from 40 to 70s. All of us are clean shaven. Why? Because you know what? Not that we don't like mustache and beard, but because we like Swami more. That's all.
I'm hoping that question was posed by a gentleman. But women may have a similar question, something to the effect of, why do I need to wear a dupatta? Or why can I not leave my hair open? Why does my mother tell me to tie my hair? The same reason that brother mentioned. For the girl student, Swami would say, kattu, bottu, juttu. We may question it, my 21-year-old daughter may question it, but this is what made Swami happy. And in this case, I can explain to you, just to be modest. We go to a Sai center, we don't want to attract undue attention. Swami was very protective of the girls. So when our girls ask us these questions and they say, this is double standards, boys can dress like this, why can't I do this? These are answers the mothers should give their daughters. It made Swami happy. Kattu, Bottu, Jottu, as brother said, Sarva Karma Bhagavat Prityartham. Every action should please God. So every time we dress up, we are dressing up for God. Every time we get ready and go to work, I am going for an interview with Swami. Sister Rama Devi, when she goes to work, I am going to see Swami. If I am waiting to be called for an interview, will I go dressed like this? Will I wear a black dupatta, black pant, black salwar, leave my hair open like a Rakshasi and go and sit? No. So those are the questions we need to ask ourselves. Will this make my Swami happy?
In fact, dear brother, today morning we had to leave at 4:30. So tough to get up. I was thinking how I'll get up. But I'll tell you this much. I didn't take a bath when I came to the beach, but I shaved. Because Swami really would feel, I shaved before I came.
Sairam sister, would you like to tell that in Tamil as well, what you told?
பிரதருக்கு போஸ்ட் பண்ண கொஸ்டின் ஒரு ஆண் மகன் கேட்டிருக்கலாம், இல்லைனா ஒரு லேடி கூட கேட்டிருக்கலாம். ஏன் ஆம்பளைங்களுக்கு ஒரு ரூல் எங்களுக்கு ஒரு ரூலாங்கிறதுனால கூட கேட்டிருக்கலாம் அந்த ரூலை. அதனால தான் நான் அப்படி சொன்னேன். பெண்களுக்கும் சுவாமி ஒரு சில ரூல்ஸ் வச்சுருக்காரு. ரூல்ஸுன்னு கிடையாது. சுவாமி இது எனக்கு பிடிக்கும், எனக்காக நான் பிடிக்குங்கிறதுனால பண்ணுறியா அப்படின்னு கேட்குறாரு. பொண்களுக்கு என்ன சொல்லியிருக்காரு? 3 விஷயம். கட்டு, பொட்டு, ஜுட்டு. அடக்கமாக ட்ரெஸ் பண்ணிக்கிறது, அப்புறம் பொட்டு வச்சுக்கிறது, தலையை சீவி வச்சுக்கிறது. சுவாமி சொல்லுவார் பொண்ணுங்க கிட்ட, ராட்சசி மாலை தரவிரி கோரமாக வராத அப்படின்னு. நம்ம வீட்டிலலாம் பூஜை பண்ணும்போது நமஸ்காரம் பண்ணும்போது பெரியவங்களுக்கு தலைமுடி படக்கூடாதான். சுவாமிக்கு நமஸ்காரம் பண்ணும்போது இட்ஸ் நாட் குட். பெண்களுக்கு அந்த எல்லாம் திரிவேணி சங்கமம் உங்களோட ஸ்ட்ரென்த் எல்லாம் அங்கே இருக்குதுன்னு சொல்லுவார். ஸோ எல்லாத்துக்கும் ஒரு ரிலிஜியஸ் காரணமும் இருக்குது. சுவாமிக்கு பிடிக்குங்கிறதுனால பண்ணலாம் இல்லையா? என்னோட சுவாமிக்கு பிடிக்கும், அவர் சொன்ன அதே ரீசன் தான். என்னோட சுவாமிக்கு பிடிக்கும், அதனால் பண்ணுறேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லலாம். Did I cover it, sister? ஸோ நம்ம பொண்கள் நம்ம கிட்ட கேட்கும்போது இந்த மாதிரி பதில் சொல்லி அவங்கள கவர் பண்ணுங்க.
So the bottom line is whatever pleases Swami, please let us do that, not question.
There's a request. I think one part of what Arvind said was not translated. The last part of what he said in it.
No problem. இல்லை, அவர் அடுத்த விஷயம் எவ்வளோ அழகாக சொன்னார் அப்படின்னா, நம்ம ஏன் இதை செய்கிறோம் அப்படின்னா அந்த அக்காவே அதை எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணிட்டாங்க. சாமிக்கு பிடிக்கும், நம்ம செய்கிறோம், பரவாயில்ல. ஓகே, நெக்ஸ்ட்டு லண்டன்லேருந்து சில பசங்க வந்திருந்தாங்க. சாமி நமக்கெல்லாம் சில கோட்பாடுகளை சொல்லியிருக்காரு. தர்ஷனுக்கு போகும்போது அவங்கெல்லாம் கொஞ்சம் தலைமுடியை கொஞ்சம் பெருசாக வளர்த்துருந்தாங்க. அவர் தர்ஷன் கொடுக்குற டயத்தில் ஒரு வார்த்தையை ஆரம்பிச்சிருக்காரு. ஓ, உங்களுக்கு முடியெல்லாம் இப்படி கொஞ்சம் ஜாஸ்தியா? சரி வேணாம், நீங்கள் என் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்டாக இருந்திருந்தால், அது என்னோட பாய்ஸாக இருந்திருந்தால், அதான் கரெக்டான வேர்ட், ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ன்றதோட நீங்கள் என் பாய்ஸாக இருந்தால் நான் உங்களுக்கு அந்த சொல்லியிருப்பேன் அப்படின்னு அதை நிறுத்திட்டு சுவாமி நகர்ந்திருக்காரு. அடுத்த நாள் அந்த அனைத்து சகோதரர்களும் தங்கள் தலையை முழுமையாக மொட்டை அடித்து வந்திருந்ததை பார்த்த சுவாமி, என்னப்பா இப்படி பண்ணியிருக்கீங்கன்னு கேட்டபோது, சுவாமி எங்களை நீங்கள் உங்களோட பாய்ஸ் இல்லைன்னு மட்டும் சொல்லிடாதீங்க சுவாமின்னு அதை அரவிந்த் உணர்ச்சி பூர்வமாக பண்ணார். நான் அதை பண்ணால் அது நல்லா இருக்காது. நம்ம நாமாவே இருப்போம். சரி, அவ்வளோதாங்க, அவ்வளோ மேட்டர்.
ஒரு சின்ன ஜோக் ஒன்று சொல்கிறேன். There was first Englishல சொல்லிட்டா, then I'll say it in Tamil. So this was shared by a Sai student, brother Tribhuvan Sachdeva. He mentioned that once there was a student waiting for admission into Swami's university, and Swami went up to him and the boy asked Swami admission, and he happened to have long hair, this boy, and Swami asked, boys college or girls college? So ஒரு வாட்டி தர்ஷனுக்கு ரொம்ப வருஷம் முன்னால் ஒரு ஸ்டூடெண்ட்டாக ஜாயின் பண்ணணும்னு விண்ணப்பம் போட்டு ஒரு பையன் உட்காந்துருந்தான். ஒரு டீனேஜ் பருவ வயசில் ஒரு பையன் உட்காந்துட்டு இருந்தான் தர்ஷனில். சுவாமி அவர்கிட்ட தர்ஷனுக்கு போகும்போது அந்த பையன், சுவாமி அட்மிஷன் தரீங்களான்னு கேட்கும்போது சுவாமி அந்த பையனோட நீட்டை முடிய பார்த்துட்டு ஒரு கேலியாக ஆனால் மெசேஜ் லேண்ட் பண்ணுற மாதிரி அழகாக நச்சுன்னு சொன்னார். சுவாமி, பாய்ஸ் காலேஜில் வேணுமா கேர்ள்ஸ் காலேஜில் வேணுமா அட்மிஷன் அப்படின்னு கேட்டார் சுவாமி.
Thank you, dear brothers and sisters, for the wonderful answers. The next question.
Brother, if I can add, what I feel is not a story. Very interestingly, somehow coincidentally, the same question was asked 24 hours ago by a group of youngsters. And interestingly, if that person wants to be named, it's okay. But today when I noticed that person, yesterday he looked like Shirdi Baba, today he looks like Sathya Sai Baba. Please share.
Thank you, brother. The next question, I would like to get Dr. Reddy's advice on this. Devotees who are willing to do service during seva activities taking place at the Sai Center are not willing to take up positions to hold responsibilities for different duties. As a result, unable to expand activities. How do we handle such situations?
So you are talking about some people don't want to take the position in the organization?
Yes.
This is what
so
you
this
are
is,
talking about.
I think this is a common problem faced by office bearers of the organization centers, where there are people who like to do seva, but they don't like to come forward to take responsibilities, like, for example, being a devotional coordinator or seva coordinator. But they like to come and just be part of the seva team.
Yeah, that is a universal phenomenon. It is there in many centers around the world, the same thing. So in those situations, even in the senior levels, some of the people, oh no, I like to do that, just let me serve but not take the position. I said, no, take the position. You are not going to do that, but I will do work for you. And then they will get the confidence. Like, for example, you are the NCP and somebody wants to take the National Council President. No, I don't want to take. So just take the position, I will do the work for you, then see what happens. After the 6 or 8 months, they get confidence to that. So that is how you groom them and motivate them. But one thing though, you cannot force, everything should come from source. But it is really, repeatedly, already many people said, the greatest blessing one can have in life is to serve in the divine mission. Swami himself said, he said, yeah, sure that if you do that, you will be liberated from the cycle of births and deaths. What else? That is the purpose of the whole thing. Say you want to be liberated or continue doing seva for thousands of lifetimes. So you should encourage people, but you cannot force on people that one. So this is, you need to lovingly motivate. Anybody else want to add anything? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I had the same feeling when I was given this position in my country.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking that I'm working and I may not be able to justify my work in the organization. But I didn't know that if I do my work in the office, Swami will take care of my work here also. And we used to go every year for Buddha Purnima. And we have to go in a group. It so happened that we have taken a trip and then my work has come that I need to go to sun inspection and I have to go far away. Somehow Swami made me, that trip gets cancelled and I go to Puttaparthi. So then slowly this feeling started that if I put Swami's work ahead, I think my other work will be taken care. And it has never happened that my official work has suffered because of Swami's work. It's just willingness was little, and the faith as it grew, it deepens. So now I give more priority to Sai work than or my personal work. Sai Ram.
I would like to just add one thing, because this question was posed to Swami, and Swami narrated a small story in response. And the amazing thing I noticed is it contains both what Dr. Reddy said, which is one, handhold the person and tell, don't worry, you're not doing. I will do. You just be. And handhold that person and bring him up. That is one aspect. The second aspect, as he said, is, I won't be able to do this because I've already got so much. So Swami said, the story like this. He said, Shivaji Maharaj went to his guru, Samartha Ramdas, and said, Guruji, this headache, this running this kingdom, I can't. Guruji said, then do one thing, stop being king, I'll be king. He said, yes, great, you be king. So Samartha Ramdas sat on the throne. Then Shivaji comes, for an example, he says, you know Maharaj, the farmers there are doing like this. So Samartha Ramdas says, is it? So what should we do? I think we should do this. Yeah, go do. So he went and did and came. What happened? This part they agreed, but this part they are having problem. Oh, is it? Then what should we do? I think we should do this. Go do. 3 times he goes. Now what happened? It is solved. Fine, sit. Like this 3-4 issues. I'm not going into the details, but Swami narrated those. 3-4 issues get solved. Then he asks Shivaji, how are you feeling now? I'm feeling very light. Why? Because I'm not the king, you are the king. Then Samartha Ramdas says, now I am going to do my work. You are not the king. Just like this, you came and told me, what has the best to be done? Keep doing that. My blessings are there. And Shivaji Maharaj now found that the problem was not with the throne. The problem was the attitude with which he occupied the throne. If we have the conviction that when God gives me a job, 100% he'll give me a strength to do it. Hanuman, who came to Lanka, he said, I will do because Rama has given the karya. No, if Rama gives the karya, Rama will give the dhairya also, Rama will give the strength also. That faith if we don't have, then nothing we can do in life. I think we should go ahead with that when the responsibility is coming, it automatically means that the strength has already been given.
May I add one more point, since we are in the holy land of Lanka, where Hanuman has set foot. Hanuman and Vibhishana are supposed to have this conversation, and Vibhishana is a tad jealous, and he tells, oh Hanuman, Sada I'm thinking of Lord Rama, you're a monkey. You get to spend all this time with Rama. Why hasn't Rama graced me? And Hanuman tells him, you've been chanting Rama's Nama incessantly. Have you done his work? So are we trying to say only people who don't have a job should take up officer roles? I'm sorry. What are we trying to say? Look around you. Look at the people who are currently leading in the organization. Don't they all have high-paying jobs? Don't they have responsible jobs? To say that one should have nothing else going on in their life to take up a position is just an excuse to say, I don't want to do work. Yes, we should not differentiate between work, but that is just not an excuse. You have to do Rama's karya along with chanting Rama's name.
Anna, I will like to add something because both of them spoke about Sri Lanka. And I have come to Sri Lanka multiple times. In last year, I was here for 15 days. I'm not talking about the country. I'm going to talk about Sai brothers and sisters in Sri Lanka, especially in Jaffna and other places. I salute you. It is not the position which is driving them to do the service in Sri Lanka. You will be amazed to see one leader there sitting now, Tavisan there, and there are multiple people taking up responsibilities and completing it, whether they have post or no post. And you may not have seen Mano Anna coming on stage unless he has forced to come on the stage. Last point I would say, we literally made a strategy to make a lady take up Arati to Swami, sister, not lady. Last time, because we know that person will not come to the stage and do Arati. The last day, in the last event during the youth training program, young adults training program, Mano Anna and myself lit a big strategy plan to put that Akka, Maithili Akka. Last moment we told Akka, you have to take Arati. Then when everybody was waiting, she had no other go, she took Arati. That is how many of the leaders here, they remain as backbone, and many people in front, whether they have post or not, for the love of Swami they serve. I salute and thank Swami for such a blessing.
Just to add, Swami does not need our ability. You need ability to do any job. He wants your availability. I mean, look at this loving God. He's saying, say yes to me and I'll give you the ability. Swami என்ன சொல்றாருன்னா உனக்கு எல்லா டேலண்ட்டும் இருக்கணும், லீடர்ஷிப் ரோல்ல இருந்திருக்கணும், ஆஃபீஸ்ல மேனேஜரா இருக்கணும்னு அவசியம் இல்லை. சுவாமிக்கு ஒரு காரியம் பண்ணணும்னு ஒரு காலடி எடுத்து வச்சா 100 அடி எடுத்து வச்சு அவர் நம்மளுக்கு உதவி செய்வார்.
So in summary, when you are told that can you be the devotional coordinator, please don't mistake that this is somebody's idea, some people know. Swami always, whether in his physical presence or omnipresence, is inspiring. I think our attitude should be, this is coming from God, and therefore, Swami, as your prasadam, I will accept it, because I know, however tough it may seem, when you are giving me the job, you will also give me the strength to do the job. And like Hanuman, along with Ramanama, I will do Rama Karya as well. Along with Sai Nama, I will do Sai Karya.
Thank you, all of you, for the wonderful explanation. This next question is more of an administrative question, so I would like Brother Manoj to answer this. Can regional committee members or center committee members take decisions or act without the knowledge or without informing the president?
I think it's a Sai organization, and we have been told to respect the elders. And if there is something which if you're within the rules, you can do it. But if there's something you're going away from, deviating from that, it is necessary that we should go lovingly and ask the seniors who is in charge of it. Yes, at the same time, the seniors also have the love to explain and tell that what is wrong and what is right, because it works both ways. We cannot blame sometimes the seniors, they become very much arrogant or something, you have to do it like this. At the same time, sometimes the youngsters, they want more freedom to do the things. But what is most important is that they should discuss with each other and take the decision with. So the information has to be taken. That is a must if it is something deviating which is not within your normal routine. Sairam.
Sairam, thank you, brother. In the interest of time, there are many questions that we have received, but we are already running about 15 minutes late. So this is the last question that I will like to direct this to Dr. Ramadevi. It's about SSC. Swami gives so much importance to SSC and children in general, but many SSC gurus find it difficult to prioritize and put the required effort, and parents also give more importance to everything else but SSC. How do we make them understand how important this is, especially gurus and all those involved in SSC?
தமிழ்ல சொல்லணுமா? Sairam, it's a very important question. Swami சொல்லியிருக்காரு, it automatically comes in Tamil. So Swami சொல்லியிருக்காரு, end of education is character. ஸோ நீங்கள் நான் இப்போ கொஞ்ச நேரத்துக்கு முன்னாடி சொன்னேன், நிறைய டாக்டர்ஸ்லாம் படித்தவங்க கூட நிம்மதியாக இல்லை. வாழ்க்கையில் எது சந்தோஷம், இந்த கான்ஃபரன்ஸ் ஃபுல்லாக வாட் இஸ் ஹாப்பினஸ்னு பேசியிருக்கோம். ஸோ நீங்கள் என்ன அளவு அவங்கள டாக்டர் ஆக்கலாம், இன்ஜினியர் ஆக்கலாம், வக்கீல் ஆக்கலாம், என்ன வேணால் அவங்க படிக்கலாம். ஆர் தே கோயிங் டு பி ஹாப்பி ஒன்லி இஃப் தே ஃபாலோ த வேல்யூஸ். அவங்க சுவாமி சொன்ன வேல்யூஸ் ஒன்று தான் அவங்களுக்கு டிசீஸ் வராமையும் இருக்கும், நோய் இல்லாமல் சந்தோஷமாக வாழ்க்கைனா என்னென்னு வாழறதுக்கு எஸ்எஸ்சி இஸ் த ரூட். அது டீச்சர்ஸ் அவங்க ப்ராக்டிஸ் பண்ணணும், பெற்றவங்களும் அது ப்ராக்டிஸ் பண்ணணும். அப்படின்னா நம்ம ரோல் மாடலாக இருக்கணும் அவங்களுக்கு. அப்படின்னா நம்மளும் சாய் சென்டருக்கு போகணும், எல்லா டிசிப்ளின் நம்ம சொல்லித்தரது டீச்சர்ஸ் ஹேவ் டு ப்ராக்டிஸ். விதவுட் தட் யூ வில் நெவர் ஒர்க். ஸோ அது ரொம்ப முக்கியமானது. இங்கிலீஷ்லேயே சொல்லிடுறேன் நான். ஸோ எஸ்எஸ்சி சுவாமி ஹஸ் கிவன் ஸோ மச் இம்பார்ட்டன்ஸ் ஃபார் சில்ட்ரன் அண்ட் தே ஆர் த ரூட் அண்ட் த பேசிஸ் ஃபார் த ஃபியூச்சர் ஜெனரேஷன். அவங்க ஸ்ட்ராங்காக இல்லைன்னு சொன்னால் ஐ எம் லிட்ரலி ஆஸ் அ பீடியாட்ரிஷியன் ஐம் லிட்ரலி ஒரீட் வாட் வில் ஹேப்பன் டு த ஃபியூச்சர் ஜெனரேஷன். ஸோ I'm just involved in human values because those are not Sai devotees. I should not say that. When we say Swami is the universal mother, the whole entire universe is a Sai center for me. And I want Swami's message should be reached to all the children in this universe. So that's our responsibility. So when a SSC teacher comes, it is their primordial responsibility. It's the greatest blessing anyone can ask for. So you are giving a life to a child. They can go to regular school, they can become a doctor, lawyer, or whatever they can do. Without the character, they will not enjoy their life. And they are not going to be fruitful for the society as well. So it's a primordial responsibility as a parent and as a SSC teacher to deliver this duty to please Swami, and that's the greatest blessing we should take care of. I hope I answered the question. Answer நீங்கள் எதாவது ஆட் பண்ணுறீங்களா?
நான் உங்களுக்கு என்னோடய வயசு என்னன்னு சொல்ல போகிறேன். ஃபஸ்ட்டு 23 வருஷம் நான் இந்தியாவில் இருந்தேன். பால விகாஸ் இந்தியாவில் படித்தேன். இப்போ வயசு 48. அதுக்கப்புறமா நான் அமெரிக்காவில் இருந்திருக்கேன். த என்டையர் டைம் அமெரிக்காவில் இருக்கும்போது எஸ்எஸ்சி டீச்சராக இருந்திருக்கேன். அமெரிக்காவுக்கு போன ஒரு மாதத்துலேருந்து ஐ ஹவ் பின் டீச்சிங் எஸ்எஸ்சி. இன்றைக்கி என்ன பஜன் பாடாதேன்னு சொன்னால் ஐ வில் பி ஓகே. சர்வீஸ்க்கு உன்னால் போக முடியல, கை கால் உடஞ்சிருக்கா, ஐ வில் பி ஓகே. பால விகாஸ் நடத்த முடியாதுன்னு சொன்னோமா உள்ளேருந்து என்னத்தையோ பிரித்து எடுத்த மாதிரி இருக்கும். யூ ஷுட் ஹாவ் தட். ஐயோ நம்ம கிட்டேருந்து எதையோ ஸ்ட்ரிப் பண்ணுறாங்களே தோணணும். எப்படாப்பா இந்த ரெஸ்பான்சிபிலிட்டியை விட்டுட்டு போவோன்னு காத்துட்ருக்கக்கூடாது. நம்ம ஒரு சின்ன கதை சொல்கிறேன். விட்டல் ராவ்னு ஒரு டிவோட்டி இருந்தார். ஐ எம் ஷோர் பிரதர் யூ ஆர் ஃபெமிலியர் வித் திஸ் இன்சிடெண்ட். சுவாமியோட 70th பர்த்டேக்கு சுவாமி அவரை வர சொல்லி குடும்பத்தோடு வர சொல்லியிருந்திருக்காரு. இவர் ஆஹா நிச்சயமாக வரேன் சுவாமின்னு ரொம்ப எக்ஸைட்டடாக சொல்லிவிட்டு வீட்டுக்கு போனால் வீட்டுக்கார அம்மா சொல்கிறாங்க, என்னப்பா மறந்துட்டியா, 2 கல்யாணம் இருக்குது அதே வீக்கெண்ட், எஸ் சொல்லிட்டு வந்துட்டியே அப்படின்னு. இவருக்கு இப்போ கன்ஃபியூஷன். நம்ம எல்லாருக்கும் அந்த கன்ஃபியூஷன் இருந்திருக்கலாம் ஒரு டைமில். என்ன பண்ணுறதுன்னு யோசிக்கிறாரு. படுத்து தூங்குறாரு. நைட்டு கனவில் வந்து சுவாமி சொல்கிறார், இங்கே பாரு விட்டல் ராவ், பெரிய வீடு இருக்குது. இந்த ரூமில் டைனிங், இந்த ரூமில் ஃபேமிலி, இந்த ரூமில் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ், இந்த ரூமில் காலீக்ஸ், 4வது ரூமில் ஒரு மூலையில் சுவாமிக்கு ஒரு சேரை போட்டிருக்கேன். அப்படி போட்டால் எப்போவாவது வருவார் சுவாமி, எப்போவாது போவார். எப்போவுமே சுவாமியும் கூட இருக்கணும்னா சுவாமிக்கு ப்ரையாரிட்டி கொடுக்கணும். மியூசிக்கல் சேர் மாதிரி இருக்கக்கூடாது. ஒரு சீட்டு, அதில் ஒரு ஆள், அது சுவாமி. So priority, this question is not specific to just SSC, giving priority to Swami. So can I quickly say that in English? So around Swami's 70th birthday time, there was a devotee named Vitthal Rao who came to take Swami's blessing, and Swami said, for my 70th birthday, on my birthday, will you please attend? Imagine Swami telling a devotee, please, will you come with your family? And he immediately said, yes Swami, I will. When he goes home, his wife reminds him, did you forget there's not 1 but 2 weddings in our family that same weekend? How can we go? Now he's in a quandary, and we've all been here at some point in our lives. That night he goes to sleep, Swami appears in his dream and he says, you know Vitthal Rao, imagine this, you have this mansion, in this one room are your friends, in another room your colleagues, and here is your family. In the 4th room you've placed a chair for Swami. That's Swami's room. If this is how it is, Swami may come sometimes, Swami may leave like a guest. If you want Swami to permanently remain here in your heart and not like a musical chairs, you have to give priority to Swami and make him number 1 in your life. So though this question was specific to SSC, it applies across the board in our life. While we should do everything as Swami's work, kudarkama kelvi kekkudadu. Kalyanthukku poradhu kuda Swami vela thana. This is pure kudarkam. You cannot ask like that. Sairam.
One more point I wanted to add in health perspective also. As we all know, mental health issues is increasing. Even 5-year-old having anxiety and depression, it truly breaks my heart. So what is the reason? The society is changing. Children are, instead of like connecting to the inner net, they're all connecting to the external net, internet. So that is truly affecting our children's mental ability, and also for the parents too. So that's why we did the wellness workshop for both for the adults and for children. Everyone needs that. I wanted to give you one example. I had a teenager child, came in with very bad attitude and anxiety, depression, everything. Both the children, the child's parent, both of them are in prison. The grandma is raising the child. So the grandma says that you have to help me something. And obviously the child was not raised in a value-based family background, never had the opportunity to go through SSC. None of this was given to the child. And I feel it's not the child's fault. It is the environment that made the thing. I had to, as a doctor, as a regular practicing physician, normally what we would do is, I'm writing a prescription, I'm sending it to a psychologist or a psychiatrist. It's not my problem. I cannot spend too much time to take care of your child. But looking at the grandma and I see Swami, I have to help this child. What happened was I made this 45 minutes, 15-minute appointment became 45 minutes. I've talked to the child and what exactly is causing this problem. Obviously the phone and lack of sleep. It starts with the sleep. So duty, discipline, discrimination, everything starts from the discipline is the number one thing. So that SSC gives the discipline. So if as a SSC teacher or the parent, if, oh, we can miss a class today, we have this priority, that priority, that may not work at all. So coming to this, my patient, I'd asked her, like, what would help you? Can you please, just for your own sake, give out this phone? After 8 p.m., no phone. She'll give it to grandma. I followed up her, and a couple of weeks later, she said, yes, Dr. Sankaran, I can sleep much better now. So what else is bothering you? You know what, I need some noise. So I have my TV in my bedroom. Oh, TV, the waves are really affecting your brain, so you cannot sleep properly. And children who are listening, please listen to this. Never have any electronics in your bedroom wherever you are sleeping. I asked her, can you please take out this TV also? She said, yeah, if it helps, I would do that. Because after spending so much time explaining why we are doing, the child accepted that, 14-year-old. And after 3 months, she, again, I usually make appointments for 45 minutes at the end of the day. She gave up all her bad habits because she started drinking, all the drugs and everything was there. Within 3 months, changing their attitude and the simple, basic changes in life completely changed the child. 3 months later, she said, Dr. Sankaran, I'm very happy now. I wanted to become a nurse. I followed her up. Finally, she became a nurse. So just by giving values, no medicine given, no counseling was given. Spending the valuable, precious time to the children, giving that confidence to them. Because the strength came within her, from herself. It was not, I just spent 45 minutes, the rest of the work she did it. So the children have the ability to change in their life because it's very essential to give that value. So SSC is a must. It's the greatest gift given to humanity. Not only just for SSC children, for the humanity. So I humbly request all of us to become SSC teachers and SSEHB teachers to take the message to the community as well. Thank you, Sai Ram.
Thank you, sisters. Thank you, respected Dr. Reddy, Brother Manoj, Brother Krishnamurthy and Brother Aravind, and sisters, Sister Anuradha and Sister Dr. Rama Devi. We hope all of you all would have benefited from this question answer session. As we are running late, we're supposed to take a photo. We would like to request all of you all to assemble at the playground, which is right behind the non-spicy food corner. If you can make your way quickly there, because Swami has been somehow not permitting rain the last 3 days, even though the forecast was there was supposed to be rain, but it's the outside it seems to be getting dark, so we need to take this photo quickly. And also we request you all to be here. If you all can be here by 5:35, because so that we can catch up on time for the last session, 5:35. So can you all please make your way to the playground. Thank you, Sai Ram. அடுத்ததாக
சாய்ராம், அடுத்ததாக அனைவரும் சேர்ந்து இந்த மாநாட்டிலே கலந்து கொண்டவர்களுக்கான ஒரு புகைப்படம் எடுக்கின்ற நிகழ்வு இடம்பெற இருக்கின்றது. இந்த நிகழ்வு உடனடியாக இடம்பெற இருப்பதனால் தயவு செய்து